record.
Okay.
So, hello everyone. I'm in the middle of a Dolly World online hangout, doll hangout with the most wonderful doll maker in New York. And we're having the funnest time. And she's asking me how to do a doll face. And I thought, why just tell her? Why don't I record how to do another doll face tutorial? Because they're some of the most popular ones that you want to know about. And I can show you and we can show the world. How about that? So we are going to learn, we're going to draft, here's a very naked doll. We're going to give this doll a face. But first of all, what I wanted to show you is how to learn to do a doll face forever, because no matter what size doll you are doing, you just, if you know the basics of proportion and proportion on the face, then you will know how to do a face. Now, first of all, if you look at my face, can you see the face is like an oval? Can you hear me, Clarissa?
Yes, I can.
Excellent, good. Okay, so first of all, you can see my face is like an oval. There's a center line, and then there's the eye line. Here's the eye line. This is how artists learn how to do faces, right? There's the eye line, right? So on an adult face, which I think I'm an adult, so I've got an adult face, the eye line is actually above center line. Here's center line, more or less, not including the hairline, right? Here's center line. An adult's eye line is higher up. Okay, now the reason I want to explain this to you is if you want to do a cute doll, the eye line is to make anything look cute, and babies have a lower eye line, okay? So here, can you see? Sorry, honey, I know you can't see. There's the face. Eye line is just exactly halfway along there. Can you see that?
Yes.
Excellent. Same with the other doll tutorial that I did. There she is. Now, not including her hair, her eye line is halfway across. Okay, so the mistake that I made when I first started making dolls is I was doing the eyes too high, and that can sometimes look freaky. What we want to try not to do with our dolls is make them look scary, because we don't want to scare the children at night with freaky faces, which is what happened to me when I was little. So what we do is you get your magic marker pen. But just for now, we're just going to learn to do it on paper. So this is your doll's face. Okay, so you're just going to draw an oval, and then all you're going to do is draw the center line more or less, and then you're just going to draw a cross. Just do a cross. That's how you mark out your face for your doll.
So that'll be in the middle?
It's exactly in the middle, and I'll show you what that looks like. The thing you want to do is practice on the whole. I'm just looking for my pen. I'm going to practice on the paper first, and then practice on fabric, but just fabric like paper. Just practice on flat fabric as well. Draw faces on fabric. So then I'm going to show you what that looks like here. So that bit, so far so good. It's really easy, isn't it? Yeah. So we're going to draw. Can you see me doing that?
Yeah.
We are going to draw down the middle and across. There you go, center line.
Now that's erasable pen you're using?
It's erasable pen, yeah. So if I lick it a little bit. Obviously, don't lick it if you've just had a coffee. There, can you see that's coming away now?
Right. Okay.
But top tip: do not wet it once you've done your face, even in permanent pen, because it smudges. It's really annoying. That happened to me. So far we have marked out our proportions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now the next thing that we do is we're going to actually do the eyes. So the eyes, I just do the iris. We're just going to do the iris. The iris is the colored part of the eye. Like
Okay.
that. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Then once you've got the eye, then you can, once you've got the center of the eye, then you can draw the eye shape, if that makes sense. Like an almond. Then you can draw an almond. See, does that make sense? Once you've got the two little circles.
Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm. So let me try that in real life. But it doesn't matter if you make a mistake with your magic marker, it just doesn't matter. So iris, there you are. Iris.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Then I'm going to do a half a moon. There, she's already looking at us, already quite stern. She's already coming to life. And I don't really need to do the underneath bit, but just to show us that that's actually looking scary.
Okay.
So when you're doing your doll, then learning, just do the top moon. Just do the top moon. So then what we're going to do is we'll do the iris. Here is center line. Just do the top moon like so. That's all we're going to do, just to draft out. Dominique.
Okay.
Then roughly, then it's really easy with the eyes, the eyebrow, just like on my face, the middle, the inner point of the eye is in alignment with the eyebrow. All the makeup artists will tell you that. There.
Oh.
Right.
Okay.
And then the middle point there to the edge of the eyebrows. There.
Okay.
So what that looks like. So once you've got your eye shape, you are laughing because you've got dee 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 and dee 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 like that. That's what I've just showed you with my pen.
Right.
So then all you have to do is boom, eyebrow.
Oh.
See? But look, I've just copied my face. Look, I've just done there. There. See? I've done that.
Right.
And I've done that. Right. So that's if you want to give your doll character, like if you want to do a 50s doll, the 50s eyebrow is a bit higher. You can just study eyebrow fashions, like really change. For example, right now, you got the Kim Kardashian.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, eyebrow fashions are caterpillars. They're really thick.
Right.
So if you want your doll to look really cool and right now, if you want to do like a vintage doll, like my little, here's my little, she's vintage Violet.
Oh yeah.
She's actually got like half moon 20s eyebrows, vintage Violet. So a half moon 20s eyebrow is going to be like that. And look, that looks like a really pretty porcelain doll.
So the eyebrow is higher.
It's really high. So you can really animate the face with your eyebrow placing. Obviously, you know from emojis, if the eyebrow is like is lower, then it's more angry. The face is more contracted. So anyway, if you want a really pretty, like, I'm such a pretty doll, I just sit around being pretty all day, then you're going to have a higher eyebrow.
Okay.
Right then. Okay, then you've got that. Then proportion-wise, we're just going to do a triangle like that. Shall I draw it on myself? There. Okay, she's about to have plastic surgery. I've drawn on my face there. Eyes. There's the mouth. That's how you find the mouth.
Oh.
Da da da. Doesn't matter how you do it. There's the mouth there.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. Then let's do that on here. So, I mean, it's just like a little fat triangle. Just a little fat triangle. That's the bottom of the triangle. Like that.
Right.
Now I'm going to give her really cute, pretty, high eyebrows. And then that's going to make her... There, she looks really surprised. They're too high. They're too high, but you can play with it, right? Now that we've got the face drafted out, we're going to color it in. So find a color for the iris. First of all, I'm just going to go with green. So just color in the iris first of all, like that. You have mail.
Okay.
You have text. So color that in on your paper. I'm going to do it on my dolly. I'm licking the pencil. This is a permanent pencil. So I'm just there. I'm just going to lick that and just there. I'm just doing a blob for the iris. It's a really nice tiger green eye. It doesn't matter if you go over, because you can paint the whites in afterwards. So don't worry too much about it. Just do 2 green dots.
Oh, so where the circle, the bigger circle is, that's where you make the green?
Yeah, just the first circle that we did, the iris circle.
Right.
So this one here. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's that bit. Then, now this is really interesting, because when I first started doing dolls, they all look like this. And then I realized, if you look at your eye, when your face is in a normal state, can you see that the eye line there actually goes 3/4 of the way across the iris?
Right.
It doesn't do that.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
It doesn't do that. When the eyelid's kind of halfway down the eye there. You see?
Right.
Right. Right. That took me years to learn. What that means is that when we're drawing in the eyelash line, which makes the doll look pretty, that's what gives the doll her pretty eyelashes there.
Right.
Then that goes halfway through the iris. Right? So then on our picture, that looks like this. So you start from the corner and you go...
You can't see it. Pull it over more closer to, yeah.
Okay, corner. And you just skim the top of the ball, the coloured bit, and you do that. Then now does that look more like an eye? You got the eyelid, you see? Right? Whereas that one looks like that, which looks a bit freaky, and that will give children nightmares. So that's the thing we have to do. We need to just draw. And if you do a sleepy one like that, it looks like quite cool. Like, okay? That's how you give character to your doll. So then that bit I do with black, because I do a permanent black, because that then becomes the eye line. See? So then I'll show you that. Okay. No, that's too thick. Okay, here's one. It's a dark brown, but never mind. You're going to get the idea now. I hope you can see that. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to go into the corner. Actually, before I do that, we're going to do the pupil. The pupil is the black bit in the middle. We need to do the pupil first. So pupil is a ball in the middle of the eye.
Okay.
I hope you can. It should be black, actually. This says there. That's better. That's better. Now, if you do a big pupil, the eyes look very magical and mystical. There's the pupil inside the eye. So we are going to do a pupil here in the middle. Okay. Just in the middle of the coloured bit, just do a dot. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Right. There's the dot. If it looks big, if the dot's quite big, it can look really wonderful and magical. There we go. So can you see we've got the green around the edge now?
Yes.
And we've got the dot.
Right. Okay.
Right? That's what the eyes would look like if you didn't have any eyelids.
Right.
Yeah. But because we drew eyelids, that looks a bit more like a face, doesn't it? Because the eyelids cut across the eyes. So that's the next bit. That's the next bit. So we're going to draw. The eyelid comes from the corner of the eye, and it's a curve to the other corner. So that's easy. It's just a curve shape. Yeah. So we drew that earlier. The eyelid is a curve from there to there. So on the actual doll, we're going to go into the corner there and then down again. There, that looks more like starting to look more like a doll eye there, isn't it?
Yes.
And then it's quite nice if it goes really dark. It looks nice because it looks like mascara.
Right.
So then you can do a little flick there. There you can do a flick, and then that looks like that lovely 50s Barbie doll. So to get that really fashiony thing, you just do. I did myself a flick this morning with my makeup. So
brings the eyes up, right?
It does, and it makes them look really, really glamorous, really pretty in a really easy way. So I'm coming in from the corner. I'm going over the top of the black bit, the pupil, down again, and a little cute flick. There. And now you've got a really fabulous looking vintage face.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Right, and then I'm going to do, I'm thinking, okay, but those eyebrows, they look a bit too high. I'm going to want to do her eyebrows a little bit lower because that just looks like she's going, it's bordering on the angry again. So we don't really want them to look angry. So I'm going to go, okay, well, I've drafted, I know that I don't want it so high. So I'm just going to draw it a little bit lower like that. Look, that's beautiful, isn't it? There we go.
Yeah. Oh, it does change the expression.
And
yes.
remember, the eyebrow has more to do with changing the face, actually, than anything else.
Right.
Interestingly. So then I look at that, and then I like to do really natural eyebrows. So then I just get the pen, and I just do scratch, scratch, scratch like that. You see, it looks quite natural. I just do little lines. Yeah.
Okay.
So then I'm just going to copy the other side, and I'm going to start above the inner eye. I'm going to do that curve first of all, like that, and then I'm just going to do a few lines, da 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 da, like that. There's two eyebrows. And then when she's got wool, or when she's got her hair, it all kind of works.
Right.
You see? So remember, we need to consider we're going to have a hairline.
Exactly.
Yeah, so the eyebrows frame that hairline. Yeah. And then I can take another color. I can take another color and just put more lines in it or so on. Now, I used to outline the nose like down there.
Mm-hmm.
But I find with dolls, like the less is more. Less is more. So I find that just suggest the nose with nostrils
Right.
just works it. Now, can you see here? I did much lighter touch on the eyebrows.
Yes.
You see, so
Oh,
that's
you
a
look, you have some eyeshadow too.
yeah. I'll show you how to do that too.
Okay.
So that's much lighter. So then, like the mouth is really, really easy. It's just like a little diamond shape or a heart shape. So just to do the easy version, we're just going to go. I'm quite happy with that placement of the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Right, it's quite that mouth is lopsided. It's one. This is another way of showing irritation. Look. Right, so if you want to give it a character, so if you want to show irritation, one bit is up, the other bit is, you see?
Right.
It's what they call a pinched expression.
Mm.
See, but you know, that is up to you. Do you want to do a pinched I think here she looks really cool with a pinched expression because she's just going, mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So I like that. I like that. So I'm really gonna create with that. And I'm just gonna do a little tip there and the rest just quite straight. So it's a little bit like a mysterious Mona Lisa smile. That's quite cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But you create as you go. She needs a top lip. The top lip is thinner than the bottom lip. Top lip's thinner than the bottom lip. There. So I'm just gonna do that. There you go. I've done a top lip. Done. She's got a
Oh,
very
yeah.
suspicious mouth. That's great because that works with the eyes. Right. Now then, the bit that gives it the glamour is the eyeshadow. So all of these girls have got like a grey eyeshadow. These have got, just to give it the fashion at the moment with makeup is grey, isn't it? Look how it makes the eye look really cool.
Yeah, it does.
It does. It
It
does. So
does.
we're just going to do, here's a grey pen.
Uh-huh.
I use these Caran d'Ache permanent pens. I'm just licking it, and then I'm just going to go, you know that moon that we drew to start with? Where's my bit of paper? Here we go. That moon there that we drew, what we're going to do now is we're going to colour in eyeshadow, like that. That's all we're going to do. We coloured in some eyeshadow.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
On the doll, it just looks like this. There. There. And it really gives it a lovely, glamorous look. And then you blend it up to the eyebrow. And it just really lifts it. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to lick it so that it goes on a little bit more because you can hardly see it. So now you're going to be able to see the difference between that and the one that doesn't have the eyeshadow there. You can tell
Oh,
that.
yeah, the eyes stand out more.
It does make the eye stand out a bit more. Right. Okay, so then we look at the doll and we go, okay, what do you need? What do you need? So now I think, well, okay, let's do the other eye. So we're going to do the other eyeshadow eye. Another thing you can do is just the half moon shape like this, just suggests the eyelid. Can you see the way there? That half moon there.
Mm-hmm.
It suggests that shape there.
Oh, okay.
You see? And we've just done that with one stroke of our crayon. that's really nice. What's putting us off and stopping us from seeing the beauty of the doll is actually the underpen. So I'm just gonna lick that off so that we get to see. That's better. See, now that I've taken the eyebrow background off, that looks nice. So that looks a little bit more like what we want. And because I've drawn the shape of the eyebrows just a little bit heavy, I can blend it a little bit with the soft crayon. So I think, oh, I've done a harsh line there on my pen. So I can just blend it with crayon. I need to move that metal because it's close. I can just blend it a little bit, or I can get, this is really cool, this blending pen. This really helps to blend too. These pens you get, Pro markers, you get a set of colours, and then you have a blending one, a blending tool, so then you can just blend, and it just smudges and creates more as a soft effect. That's quite nice. There.
Right.
See, that looks more natural now. Yeah, that's really nice. Also, it helps to get rid of our lines. Yeah, that's nice. Because it's wet. See, now, as we're getting rid of our lines, we start really getting more of a real looking. Ah, there we go. Now that we've got rid of our plastic surgery lines, you see, that looks more like. Now, what's really, really missing is the nostrils and the whites of the eyes and the cheeks. That's what gives it the more real look. So with the nostrils are, you know, the bits of the lips that go up. They're just
above that?
They're above. They start there, above, and then they go out a little bit. So it's that general ballpark. So on our picture, here's the two bits of the lips. So roughly then, what we said is like that. There we go. That's roughly the nostril, isn't it? The bottom of the nostril. Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be in the center of the line going down the face.
What, the nostrils?
Yeah.
No, because there's my center line. And my nostrils are either side.
Okay.
My nostrils are either side. So that looks like effectively, because she just looks like she's got half a face. She really needs her nostrils.
Okay.
So then, just a little bit above the lips. The pen's not working. Okay, a little bit above the lips. Boom, boom, something like that. And then if you do it in the magic pen, you think that looks a bit weird. What looks wrong about that? Then you can just recreate it, and you can just think, I think actually the nostrils are probably a bit higher than that. Mine are. So then you can just play with it, lift them up or down. It's up to you.
So it's always easy. It's better to use the erasable pen until you have it exactly the way you want, than use the permanent marker.
Exactly, because if I look at that face, I look at that nostril, that looks like a moustache to me.
Oh, because it's so close to the top lip.
Exactly, right? It's too close to the lip, isn't it?
Okay.
So then if I go, okay, that doesn't look right. What if I just did it? So this is how you do the face. You just keep playing with it, because every doll head that you do is likely to be a different size, isn't it?
Exactly.
So if you just play and learn with, okay, that's a face. It's going to go like that to start with. We're going to have eyes, half a moon. I'm doing it behind. Half a moon, eyebrows, lips, nostrils. There you go. See, that's a face more or less in proportion.
Right.
But if I don't do my cross, what I used to do is I used to go, oh, okay, eyes, eyebrows, lips. See?
Right, exactly. Then it
See what
looks
I mean?
good.
And then that's what my first doll looks like. The eyes are up here, right? So that's why that really lovely, simple magic formula really works.
Yes.
Yeah,
Helps a lot.
it does actually. It really does. And I mean, I just remembered that from drawing classes, but otherwise I just couldn't figure out why does the doll's face look not right. I couldn't work it out. But it's just all about that cross line. Right. So then I'm thinking, yeah, you're right. That looks like a moustache. It's got to be higher, hasn't it? So let me go, okay, I'm just going to commit to paper. I'm going to commit with the pen. I'm just going to go slightly higher there. There we go. That looks better.
Right.
That looks
Right.
better. And then I'm just going to lick off that pen underneath. Yeah, she's looking really nice. Now I'm licking off the under pen that we've just done. And that now Lily does look like a nose. And I love how lopsided that face is. That's really quirky.
Yeah.
You know, she's not happy about something, but there's some mystery to it. You want to ask her what's happened.
Yeah.
Right. And then to emphasize the mouth a little bit, just draw a line down the middle of the mouth. A really fine line. You can either do it by doing the top lip is always darker than the bottom because it casts a shadow, and the bottom lip is lighter because it gets the light onto it like that. So
Right.
exaggerated version, it looks like this. So here, or you can just suggest it by drawing the line, by drawing that smile line. So I'm just going to suggest that she's going to have like a Mona Lisa, like, there you go. And if you do that smile line, you see it gives it more character.
Exactly.
Now, something's wrong with that lip because the bottom lip needs to be thicker than the top lip. Currently, the top lip
It's thicker.
is thicker than the bottom lip. So again, I thought, right, I've noticed that. That's not right. So I can fix it. So then I'm just going to fix that by getting a lighter color, and then go, okay, I know. So can you see it's just like a process of elimination? See what I mean? Oh, I've got the most beautiful sunset happening. I'm going to have to show you in a minute. Now that is looking really nice. There, because I've done that bottom lip. Can you see that looks more?
Oh, yeah.
Looks more real.
Right.
Right. And now, finally, just to get the eyes looking really realistic, you need the whites of the eyes. So you can either get a white pen or a tiny little paintbrush with white. The most effective thing to do, because these white pens, the white sinks into the fabric, so it's not so effective. I'll show you both ways. There, can you see we've got some little white.
Now, what kind of pen is that?
It's not so good though. This one's gone to sleep because I haven't used it. So there we go. This is a Uni Posca. That's back to front. It's a white pen.
Okay.
It's called,
it's permanent, right? White.
Yeah, it's permanent. So then what you do, is where do we need whites? We need whites here. 1 triangle, 2 triangle. That's where we need whites. And then also we need a white in the middle of the pupil, so it looks like the light is reflecting. Okay, so on my drawing, the whites of the eyes go here. Oh. Is there. Yeah, there you go. That's good. You can see that. See what we've done? See, that makes it look more real.
Yeah, it does.
Then you're just going to do a white dot. I'm doing this. There, just a little white dot in the iris there. That makes it look really magical.
So it's on that's like near the end of the iris?
Yeah, I tend to do it just on the top right hand side. I tend to do it. Yeah. So I'm going to show you what that looks like on the doll. So we want white on the inner, there, and there. Can you see?
Oh yeah.
The white. The white's made all the difference. The white makes it look like a real eye.
Right.
And let me do it on the other one. Just one tiny dot. I mean, the dolls I like doing are really small. I really like little cute dolls. If you have a bigger face, you've got more space. There you go. White and white. See, that looks more like a real eye now.
Yes, it does.
And then just to top it up, we just want the white little ting in the iris. So we just want just the tiniest white dot there and there. Something like that. You have a white dot in the iris. Now, because this is what happens with these pens, which is why I don't really recommend it, because we've already done black on the iris, the white's just blended. The white's just blended and we've lost the white. So what I recommend instead is just get like acrylic paints. This is just £3. This is a really cheap acrylic kit. At first and this, you know the makeup shop Lush? So if you go to the makeup beauty counter, they give you free little brushes so that you can put the makeup on.
Oh yeah,
you get one of those free brushes.
Okay.
You get your white acrylic, you squeeze it. I don't want to put it over my new laptop. And then look, you just dip. Can you see? Yeah, you're just going to dip the tiniest amount, like that, teeny weeny bit of dip. There. That is the way to get that lovely white sparkle. So then I'm going to do that. Yeah, that's better because the white acrylic doesn't seep into all the rest. There we go. So now you got the whites.
Right. Oh, okay.
Now and then you just think, okay, but that's just gone a bit lopsided as well. It's hard to get it right. So what you do after that, once you've done the white, you can keep layering it. That's the really good thing. So now I need to go over the eyeline. So I just need a black. I just got a black pen. I'm just going to get a darker one. And I'm just going to test it. The sad thing is, a lot of my pens have dried out, poor pens. But we're nearly there. See, at first, when I first started, I used to use these, and I made this monster faces. You need tiny 0.1 tips. You need the tiniest tips. I used to get, no, 0.01, you know, one tiny tips you need. Okay. Oh, my pens have dried out. I need to go to the art shop tomorrow. Let's try this one. Oh, they've all gone. They're like, we want to go to bed, leave us alone. Gosh. I could be very brave and do it in ink. I'm going to try it with this one. So look, my white has gone over the eye line. So you just you just get the pen again and you just start again. You go to the corner, you draw, and then you've got that lovely, and now that really works. Because then you redo the eyeliner, and then the white is underneath, and now it really works. Can you see that?
Yes.
So we've
yes.
so it's a layered job. It's a layered job. It's done in different layers. So don't worry if you do a bit of the face and it doesn't look right, you can always relayer. And then I look at that mouth and I think, oh, that's a bit, that's a bit lopsided, and that's okay. You just keep going back to it. And that's why actually I did there, that's nicer. That's why I did, the little head, this one. I would suggest that at first, just practice. Look, that's my head, look. Yeah. That's my shoulders. That's me as a doll, that's my shoulders, look. So just do yourself like a lollipop head, right? Turn it inside out and practice your faces on. And if you get a nice face, then you can make a body for her.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, but that's how I started doing it. Just do a lollipop head. That's with the nose outline there. That's a choice. I just think it looks a bit. It's an arty-farty effect, but I think without the line down the nose, just with the nostrils, it just looks more even.
Right. So but that one looks good too with the line. Huh? That looks nice.
What's that?
That one looks nice too with the line.
It does. I mean, it's a. See, that face now looks quite realistic.
Mm-hmm.
Since we put the whites, didn't that make all the difference?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, and she looks really fun, really coy, really like. But I'll show you. This is more of an art face, and I'll show you an example of this. Oh. This is it. This is a lovely book. Cloth dolls.
Oh, cloth dolls?
It's really nice. Got all different styles. But if you look at this one, you see? She's got the line down the face. That's quite a Picasso style face.
Yeah.
And that can look really nice. Just do so my suggestion is always just find your style. Like this is my current style, but that might change. I might branch out and do different style, but just keep practice doing just faces, then you've not lost the whole body. Right? And then just keep practicing, so that make lots of mistakes, make really freaky, horrible, scary dolls, so that then you know what you're doing. Then you learn each time you do it, you learn. So there we've done a doll face. Then she's gonna she's French court. See, that's fab. Isn't that amazing? Look at that.
Yeah.
And that face, because we've done that center proportion, it just always works. Even if you can do hair that's not made out of hair, you can just do, you can do a scarf. You just really play. You can just get seaweed. You see? That's nice.
Yeah.
You can just do, but because we've got our face in the right place, that rhymes. We've got our face in the right place. We're going to nail that face each time. We don't want to do that unless you deliberately want like an art doll. Yeah?
Yeah.
But there we go. Is that helpful? Did that clarify? Did that
helpful.
Solve the mystery of how do I do faces?
Very. Wow, that was great.
That was good, wasn't it? So I'm going to switch off the video for YouTube. You can stay there. I'll say goodbye to you in a minute. So I hope you enjoyed that face tutorial, everybody. I do webinars. I do classes online. If there's anything about dolls that you want to learn, or if you want to learn as a group, then put your comments and I'll contact you. Okay, I'm going to stop video.